Hello, welcome to the Property Assessment Appeal Board and our online dispute resolution demonstration. My name is Jason Bowman. I'm the Registrar and Executive Director of the Appeal Board, and thank you for giving us this time today. I'd like to first start up with a territorial acknowledgement. And the board, our work spans across the entire province, so we gratefully and respectfully acknowledge that our work spans across the traditional territories of 198 First Nations and 38 Métis chartered communities in British Columbia. And our board offices are located on the traditional and unceded territories of the Musqueam, Tsleil-Waututh, and Squamish First Nations. Our agenda for today, just first of all, start off with some information about the appeal board. And then we'll dive right into the online dispute resolution, talk about steps and timing for an appeal, provide you a demonstration of the online dispute resolution or ODR platform, and then talk a little bit about our online guides, some tips and tricks for you, and then how to get help. So first of all, a little bit about the Property Assessment Appeal Board. So we're a quasi-judicial tribunal, and our focus is on alternative dispute resolution. And so we have two parties to our appeals. We have BC Assessment and Property Owners, and we are an independent organization. We're independent from BC Assessment, as well as the review panel that most of these hearings would have gone to at the first level. The appeal board does not conduct our own research, and we rely on evidence that's provided by the parties. So it's really important to be able to get the best evidence you can and to present that to the board. And 94% of our appeals are settled by mutual agreement. So only about 6% of our appeals will go to what we call adjudication or go to a stage where a decision needs to be made by a board member. So 94% of our appeals are resolved through mutual agreement through processes like the ODR platform. So the first thing that we would do in trying to resolve the dispute is have the parties describe the issues. So describe the issues around the appeal. So normally what will happen is we would ask as soon as you get access into the ODR platform that the property owner describes the issues or the concerns that you have with your assessment. What will generally happen next is that BC Assessment will come on, and we ask for these discussions to be fairly quickly timed. So within about 3 to 5 days of gaining access, we would ask the property owner to identify their issues with their assessment in the platform. And then once that's done, within 3 to 5 business days, we'd ask BC Assessment to respond and provide the property owner with some information that BC Assessment has. Sometimes this is called the property valuation summary that BC Assessment will upload. And then there should be a good, healthy conversation back and forth. Again, we ask that the discussions keep on going with replies at least every 3 to 5 days. And hopefully there's a good negotiation, exchange of documents, and an understanding for the assessment. And then the parties settle. And the parties could either settle by way of a recommendation, and that's something that the BC Assessment would normally initiate, or perhaps the property owner has a better understanding of their assessment, and perhaps they may want to withdraw the appeal. So that would be parties accept agreement. Alternatively, if there isn't an immediate agreement, what will happen is we will introduce a board facilitator into the discussions. And you'll see in the tool at any time, either party can request a board facilitator. So if you find things aren't moving along as well as you'd like, you can request a board facilitator at any time. However, do keep in mind that myself and other board members are sometimes reviewing the discussions going on back and forth. And if we see that there's a stall or it's not moving as well as we would like, we may jump in and offer our services as well. So if a board facilitator does come in, there'd be a three-way discussion. And then again, hopefully the parties will come to a settlement. And if not, this is the rare case, we would then proceed to what we call adjudication, or to have a board member review submissions. So the parties would deliver written submissions. And again, this is all done in the ODR system. The board will issue a written decision, and then the appeal is closed. Alternatively, if the parties accept an agreement, the board does need to approve any agreements. So we would issue an approval order, and then the appeal is closed. What I'm going to cover in today's seminar is just the green issues here. I will not cover if in an appeal, the rare cases where it does go to written submission. We are, of course, always available at the board offices to assist you if that's the direction that it goes, and we will provide detailed instructions to you a little bit later on in your appeal if it does go to written submission. So as I was mentioning before, what we're looking for is good, timely responses and communication within the ODR platform. That is really the key to it being successful. And we find if one party does not respond in a timely manner, it can kind of slow things down. So we will be looking for there to be communication back and forth every 3 to 5 days. So as I mentioned before, usually the property owner will start by detailing their concerns with their assessment and any supporting evidence. And again, we ask that that be done within the first 5 days of gaining access. And I should just mention that you may already have login access by the time you're reviewing this seminar. And if you don't currently have it, you should receive that within the first few days of us acknowledging your appeal. So after the property owner lists their concerns and their evidence, BC Assessment will then provide their response, position, and support. And then both parties every 3 to 5 days are providing communication back and forth, and hopefully towards reaching an agreement. If an agreement is not reached, a board facilitator can be requested, as I was mentioning, at any time. And you may notice that a board facilitator will automatically join in this discussion after about 2 to 3 weeks' time anyhow. And the rare case, the appeal goes to an adjudicator. This is what will happen if it's not settled by agreement. And very important, if I could really ask a favor, is after the appeal is completed, we will send you a link to a survey. And we very, very much value your feedback. We can only put these systems together. We really put them together for the use of yourself, of the parties to our appeals, for your benefit. And we'd really value your feedback so that we can make these systems that we make available for you even better. So I'd please ask you to complete the survey to help us make these systems even better for you once you're done with your appeal. So let's go in and have a look and log into the system. So the best way to get into the system is through our website, assessmentappeal.bc.ca. And under Guides and Resources, you can go into the Online Dispute Resolution login portal. And when we do send you your login credentials, we will send you a link to this website as well. So this is the login page. And I'm just going to go ahead and log in with a fictitious account that we've made so we can demonstrate the features of the platform to you. So when you initially log in, you will have your appeal, your cases will come up. So for BC Assessment, obviously you'd have several cases that would show up. Most property owners will only have one appeal, but if you did have multiple appeals, they would show up here. And then you can just select your appeal by clicking on the View Case. And so this is the main page that you arrive on once you log into. And this is kind of the home page that you'll keep coming back to. And there's quite a bit of information on here. So I'll just start right at the top. So up on the top, you've got My Cases. If you click that, it'll go back to the previous page we just saw, which gives you a list of your cases. You can also click on My Profile and update information about yourself. And then we have our online dispute resolution guide. I'll show you that a little later, but it's full of helpful tips and tricks, and we'll answer any questions you might have. All right, so the next line down, we've got the three key buttons that will come in a little later. So the first one is to prepare settlement. And again, this is something that normally BC Assessment would initiate. As I mentioned, either party can request a board facilitator at any time. And then finally, the withdraw button. And note to BC Assessment that you will not have access to this button because the withdraw is normally something that the property owner would initiate. So only the property owners would have the withdraw button. And by pushing any of these buttons, you can go in and have a look and see what they look like and just back out of them. But yeah, so you can have a look at that. But those are the three main buttons once you have an agreement. But the main engine is just a little bit down here, a bit further down. So the key feature here that we've got in the center of the screen is a window to send messages. And so you can select who you want to send the message to. So in this case, I'm a property owner. The respondent would be BC Assessment. So if I could send them a message, or I could send the board administration a message. And so if it's just as simple like an online chat function, so you can just come in here and type any message that you like. I've gone in and put in a couple messages here already. So you can just scroll down. You'll see it's all in chronological order. So you can see I started off and followed the instructions and said, here's the concern I have with my assessment. And I sent that off to BC Assessment, and it looks like I've already got a reply from BC Assessment. And so now it's back over to me to provide a response. The other thing you'll notice that you can do on this page is that you can upload evidence. And so you've got all the instructions here on how to do that. But basically, you just come in and choose a file and simply upload it. Over on the right-hand side of the page, you'll see I've already, well, both parties have actually already uploaded a few different documents. So we can see that the appellant was concerned that they think that their assessment is too high because there was a recent sale of the home. So they've provided a copy of their contract of purchase, as well as the MLS listing. And BC Assessment has provided their position that they think the assessment looks accurate, and they've provided their supporting document. So you can have a look at all of the uploaded evidence by clicking on the links on the right-hand side, and you've got the communication in the middle. And so the parties, as I mentioned before, will go back and forth and uploading evidence and having discussions back and forth. And hopefully you'll come to either a settlement or a withdraw, or if you're not progressing, then you can request a board facilitator, and we will come in and review what information has been provided and provide the parties an opinion of how we think this appeal would go if it were to go to the next level, to adjudication. So those are the main features of the online dispute resolution site. I'll just take you into the guide. So here's how you can get more information about the steps, the stages in the appeal. The center link will help you understand appeal issues, so common issues, and how to get evidence. Like I was mentioning before, the appeal board does not collect any evidence. We leave that up to the parties, so this will help you with that. And the third and final link is something we call Do I Have a Strong Case? And it will help you understand the issues and hopefully help you develop stronger evidence. And this is what this website looks like, the Do I Have a Strong Case? And we've got it available in multiple languages. So you can come in here and I'll select English. And you can do an evaluation. So we have most of the main concerns that we see that come before the board. And so you can pick an issue like the one we had in our case is my assessment is not at market value, it's too high or too low. And you can proceed with the issues and we ask you a series of questions and show you how to get some better research on each of the issues. So that's something that we would recommend that you have a look at. It's called Do I Have a Strong Case? And so we're back to our main page, and yeah, so let's go back to our presentation. That's the live demo. Now, one thing I should note, in order to support timely communication back and forth between the parties, you will notice in your email account, you will get a message similar to this anytime that a message has been posted in the online dispute resolution website. So it's just a bit of a flag to prompt you to go into your online dispute resolution account to have a look. So we'll prompt you every time that there's a message for you in your account by sending an email to the email that you provided. And the other nice feature with these emails is you've got the dynamic link to the login. So we will give you an email prompt whenever you have a message. Now, a few little tips. The preferred browser for the online dispute resolution system is Chrome. The one website or the one platform that doesn't work is Safari on Mac. So apologies if you do have a Mac like many of us do, but try and use an Internet Explorer other than Safari browser, sorry, other than Safari. And you will find that you can also use the website on a PC or a tablet or a mobile phone. You'll find the screen is just easier to read on a PC though, but it will work on a tablet and mobile phone. So those are a couple of the tips. And how to get help. So please do not hesitate to get a hold of us at the board at any time. Our email address is office@paab.bc.ca. And just tell us what the issue that you're having is or what the question is, and we'll be getting back to you by the end of the next business day. Isabella is our technical support specialist. So if you have any technical questions or how to use the website, Isabella will respond to you. If you've got questions around support or next steps in the appeal, I'll help you with that, Jason. You'll get a response from me. And like I previously mentioned, at any time you can click on the board facilitator button, and we'll help you reach agreement. And you can also send us a message through the platform as I was showing you before. Well, that's the end of our demo. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to get a hold of us. And we wish you all the best success resolving your appeal by mutual agreement. Thank you very much for your time today.